It did look very friendly, I must say.
Welcome back to Tales with a Twist, where the political circus collides with a touch of satire, a sprinkle of irony, and a whole lot of those jaw-dropping "did that really happen?" moments. I'm that girl you've been hearing about, Ella, so buckle up because in this episode 4, which we'll call Tales from the Aisles, belly taps, parodies, and Lindy Lee, we've got awkward handshakes, truth bombs, and Trump trolling so legendary, even Hillary might crack a smirk. Okay, maybe not. So at the funeral of President Jimmy Carter, who recently passed at the age of 100, Presidents Obama and Trump were spotted having a lengthy conversation, giggling at each other's jokes, something that, of course, didn't sit well with a lot of liberals. We covered this in Tales with a Twist episode 3. Be sure to check that out. Now, let's dive into today's Tale with a Twist. As a result of the liberal meltdown over his friendly interaction with Obama, President-elect Donald Trump, in true Trump fashion, trolled the Democrats with a parody video on Truth Social. It hilariously reimagined his conversation with Obama at the funeral. Here's how it went.
Well, Mr. President.
For a second time. Barack, very nice to see you.
Congratulations. How you doing?
I'm a lot better, Dad.
Yeah, I bet. Knew you'd win.
Oh, really? Oh, come on. Anyone could beat her.
Kidding
She's
me?
just...
I was just as appalled. You know what happened? He just didn't want to leave.
I know.
Is what happened. I did what I could to help her. She was horrendous.
I know. You know what I realized? Hillary still hates me. So much. I know. She'll never forget me.
This is comedy gold. You know Hillary accuses anyone who opposes her as a Russian agent. So maybe she's convinced Comrade Trump's been covertly helping Putin this whole time, right there at the funeral, plotting world domination in a friendly giggle fest with Obama. Classic Hillary, she sees Russia in everything, even in moments of awkward politeness.
We should meet to discuss
I
that.
think so too. We can definitely set something up. Let me know whatever works best for you.
I was gonna fly back to Florida tomorrow for the Gulf.
Okay. Did you see that? She won't even look at me.
Really?
Oh, you know it's bad when even Kamala won't give Obama the time of day. Looks like she's still trying to figure out which side of the aisle she belongs to, Democrats or the Tupperware cabinet at home. Maybe she's just avoiding him so she doesn't have to hear Obama's advice on how to inspire hope again, like that worked out so well last time. Classic Kamala, keeping the eye contact to a minimum, probably thinking, focus on the plan, not the past, unless the plan includes me as president. Someone get her a mirror, it might help her figure out where she actually stands.
I was told some of her people. Apparently they said she fell off the wagon.
I think she actually may have. Sure. And also, she's not really built for this. Amount pressure, if you're not built for it, will do it.
Exactly. Kamala really fell off the wagon. Couldn't handle the weight of the election pressure? Huh? Looks like the wheels came off faster than a campaign promise. She could probably use a spa day, and next time, maybe ditch the wagon for a stress-free hammock. Let's see if that keeps her grounded. Now, while the parody might have stolen the spotlight, it wasn't the only headline-worthy moment from the funeral. Oh no, the aisles were buzzing with interactions that could fill their own tabloid pages. From awkward handshakes to subtle shade and unspoken rivalries, body language experts have been having a field day analyzing and interpreting every move. And here at Boney's View, not wanting to miss out on the fun, we've decided to give it our own twists. But hey, don't hate the player, hate the game. So let's dive into the other moments that made this gathering of political titans so unforgettable. And now, here's where it gets juicy. The funeral was the first time Trump and Pence were in the same venue since, well, you know, January 6th. To Mike Pence's credit, he stood up to greet Trump and Melania. Karen Pence, however, she stayed seated. Oof. Karen Pence gave Melania the cold shoulder as political tensions were high when Karen didn't acknowledge Melania. This highlighted the standing feud between Trump and Pence following the January 6th incident. While Mike Pence rose to greet Trump and Melania, Karen remained seated, turning down and ignoring Melania's extended arm. However, Melania shrugged it off like it's nothing new. Acting like the bigger person, she's certainly developed a thicker skin for their second stint in the White House. Karen, how many times did I call you? You need to do better next time. This moment with Melania was just chef's kiss, a cold shoulder that spoke volumes. Donald and Mike, on the other hand, decided this wasn't the place or the time for politics. Respect. And then there's Al Gore. Remember him? The climate czar? Albert Arnold Gore Jr., 65, is a lot of things to a lot of people. Among friends and fans, he's the progressive Democrat who should have been president. Visionary author and internet prophet. The man who more than anyone drove climate change to the center of public consciousness. Detractors see Gore as a limousine liberal, tiresome pedant, and climate alarmist who lives a jet-setting, carbon-profligate lifestyle while preaching asceticism for everyone else. But whatever your opinion of him is, he's been staying out of the toxicity in the modern Democratic Party. But let me not digress. He shook hands with Trump, probably right before hopping back on his jet to save the planet. Al, we see you. Another notable moment during the funeral and the various interactions among members of the President and Vice President Club was when Bush entered the cathedral. For the services, the former president, who was joined by wife Laura Bush, went to take his seat next to Obama, who was already seated beside President-elect Donald Trump and his wife Melania Trump. As the Bushes walked by, Obama stood to let them pass, leading to the moment where President Bush gave Obama a friendly tap on the belly with his hand before sitting down. You could almost hear Bush saying, "Hey buddy, how have you managed to stay slim with a flat tummy?" I thought all that endless campaigning would have packed on a few extra cookies. And over here, folks, we've got a true gem of an interaction, an awkward moment between Jill Biden and Kamala Harris. Buckle up because this one, whew. So, the background here, Biden's been out here claiming he could have beaten Trump, which sources say didn't exactly land well with Kamala. And Douglas? Oh, he's keeping a very straight face. No eye contact, no pleasantries. He's giving off, I'm just here to keep the peace and pretend I don't know what's going on. Kamala? Well, she's trying to be cordial, but that smile. That's the I'm here for the optics, not because I like any of you look. And Jill, let's just say she's not here to make small talk. It's like they all agreed, let's just get through this without killing each other. And Joe? Oh, he's probably zoning out, wondering if he's at a funeral or just dreaming about being a two-time president. Though his internal polling showed Trump would have taken him down by 400 electoral votes. But hey, that's a chapter best left for his memoir, if he remembers writing it. And over here, folks, we've got a quick but telling moment between the Bushes and the Clintons. Seems like the former presidents just couldn't resist one of their favorite pastimes, bragging rights. You know, they've got something in common now. The Navy's announced they're naming 2 of the latest aircraft carriers after them. So, naturally, they had to engage in their age-old tradition, competitive storytelling about whose career will win the most battles. Laura, as always, keeps it classy, smiling politely, while probably thinking, boys, do you ever talk about anything other than who's better at whatever this is? And then there's Hillary. You know she can't resist a moment like this. She's sitting there probably thinking, oh, please, we know whose ship will end up sinking first. But of course, she's got that signature smirk, because, well, someone always needs to bring the Russian twist to the party. You know she's already wondering if the Russians somehow slipped in and hacked his conversation. Maybe they've got an undercover agent planted in one of the aircraft carriers, sneaking away battle strategies. Who better to blame than Trump, right? Bill's probably just thinking, well, at least she's got someone else to worry about besides me. And Laura? She's just sitting there wondering, why do I even bother? Speaking of why bothers, folks, before I go, we've got a breaking news. Lindy Lee, former DNC official and major Biden-Harris fundraiser, has finally jumped ship.
Joining me now is former DNC fundraiser Lindy Lee. Lindy, thanks for being here. You announced your exit from the Democrat Party after coming under attack for criticizing Vice President Harris and her campaign. You say you were basically ostracized. So what's been the response, Lindy, since you made your announcement?
Vitriolic. And they say they're not a cult, but look at how they behave when one of their own dares to think for herself. The excommunication, the defamation, the public shaming, the boycott campaigns, the psychological terrorism, I no longer have comments on any of my social media.
Okay, maybe not so breaking since it happened a few days ago, but come on, it's significant. And yes, she's now backing Trump. And get this, she's even going to be at Trump's inauguration tomorrow. Because apparently, wallet diplomacy just wasn't paying enough. Lee called the DNC a cult, saying, "They treated me like a human ATM. Disgusting." Well, congrats, Lindy. MAGA's got a spot waiting for you at the next cash bonfire.
So this is all happening really quickly for me, but you might see me at the inauguration. I don't want to say too much right now, but somebody on Team Trump already reached out to me. They've been incredibly gracious, and on day one, they were kinder to me and more humane than the DNC ever was.
Wow.
And I just think that speaks volumes, yeah.
At this rate, the Democrats are becoming a revolving door for valuable assets, losing Tulsi Gabbard, RFK Jr., Elon Musk, Joe Rogan, Tim Pool, and now you. Each time, MAGA's waiting with open arms and maybe a free bumper sticker. When are they going to learn? A little more on the presidents and the vice presidents at the funeral. Turns out, according to Trump, behind closed doors at the funeral, members of the presidential club, both Democrats and Republicans, were actually getting along quite well. Backstage, they were all laughing, shaking hands, and trading war stories about the good old days in the Oval Office. Who knew they could be such best buds once the cameras were off?
At the top, you mentioned the Carter funeral today. What were you talking to Barack Obama about?
It did look very friendly, I must say. I didn't realize it. I didn't realize it, how friendly it looked. I saw it on your wonderful network just a little while ago before I came in, and I said, boy, they look like two people that like each other. And we probably do. We have little different philosophies, right? But we probably do. I don't know, we just got along. But I got along with just about everybody on that. We met backstage, as you know, before we went on. And I thought it was a beautiful service, but we all got along very well, which is good.
Like William Clay used to say, this is quite a game, politics. There are no permanent enemies and no permanent friends, only permanent interests. So for those of you who refuse to spend Thanksgiving or Christmas with your family and longtime friends over their political views, congratulations, you just got corned, while the same politicians you blindly followed are breaking bread and laughing with their supposed enemies. Now you're stuck at the table, playing nice with Uncle Bob and Auntie Rose, while you still think Trump is a threat to democracy. Enjoy the stuffing, just don't let them reach for the gravy. This is your girl Ella signing out. Hope you enjoyed today's episode. Drop your thoughts below, like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. Until next time, stay tuned, stay curious, and keep laughing.